get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 game, now let's get it, y'all. Part 3 game, now let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, it's crazy, man. His cousin was on the ground. He said, man, that's word on my grandma's life. That's word on our grandma's life. I ain't do that. James was like, James just looked down like, shh, get up, man. Get up. He helped dude this sale. Whole time, dude, shirt ripped up. He leaking right here. You know what I mean? It's like somebody scarred him up right there bad. His eye look like it's a little messed up. He take him to cell too. He take him back to his cell. Man, James came out, man. James was like, man, y'all stupid, man. Y'all stupid, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all just freaking violated my peoples, man. And y'all ain't even got no evidence, man. Come on, man. How y'all gonna do that, man? Fruit was like, man, you lucky we ain't do worse than that. What you talking about, homie? I was like, man, like that John, like Paul got quiet when he said that, John. Everybody was like, phew. Everybody looked at James. James was like, man, nah, they ain't writing the Zot right there. They ain't writing the Zot right there, man. No, sir, man. You can't do that, man. You ain't got no proof. How you gonna discipline my peoples, man? I told y'all this my real peoples right here. He was like, man, look, we did what we did, man. He lived for he from where I'm from. Yeah, I know what's going on. He come here trying to explain everything. Nah, I know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. James was like, man, I'm sick of this, man. None of y'all know how to move for real, man. None of y'all know how to move for real. All y'all do is prey on the weak and do a bunch of dumb stuff, man. That ain't what I'm into. That ain't what my homies on the street into. Poop was like, man, look, man, you say what you want, man. You already know what we do, man. Red run everything, man. Red run everything. You already know it. You already know it. I'm like, I'm sitting there just listening to this major conversation about this red team stuff, man. Like, this is another reason why I didn't join. Do you hear this? Red run everything. No, they don't, man. No, they don't, man. Y'all think y'all run everything, man. But the whole time they was just venting back and forth, man. Like, we just sitting back just looking at James like, this is what you wanted to join, bro. You joined us on the street. I get it for your own reasons. They started painting the town red. Next thing you know, you was red. And this is the outcome of it right now. You got to come to prison and deal with the lame life. So, like, at the end of the day, man, like, we was getting more and more uninterested of what was going on with bro. Now, he already had told us, like, no, y'all stay out. And once you tell somebody that, like, you know, basically you got to listen to them. But we still wasn't, like, kind of, like, feeling like seeing him get, you know what I mean? But we wasn't thinking that was going to happen. Because a lot of them dudes anyway that been doing all that reckless stuff, they rock with bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, this John wild. So, like, him and dude go back and forth for a minute, man. So James was like, man, look, man, I ain't gonna argue with you, man. I ain't gonna keep arguing with you, man. I can't keep arguing with you, man. Look, bro, I want out, man. Tell me who I gotta talk to, man. I want out, man. I can't keep doing this no more, man. Y'all not my type of dudes, man. So dude Fruit was like, oh, you saying you want out? That's what you saying? You can get out, homie. Yeah, there's only one way out. Yeah, there's only one way out. Yeah, that's the only way out. You know that. Yeah, there's only one way out. Unalive. That's the only way out. He was like, man, look, man, ain't nobody gonna touch me, man. I want out, man. I want to talk to such big homie in one building. Set the meeting up, man. I want out, man. I'm done with this, man. I want out, man. So we all standing, my homeboy laughing, my homeboy like, he should have been done that. I'm like, oh, man, bro, want out? I was like, man, this is the first dude that I witnessed that really wanted out. You know what I mean? Like, I seen a couple of jokes later, but like, he's the first one to be like, I want out. This man said straight up, I want out. That joke was crazy, man. So Fruit snapping, he's snapping. The dude James was like, man, I'm done talking to you, man. Fruit was like, the homie start pulling up on Fruit. Fruit was like, yeah, you think it's that easy, homie? It ain't that easy, homie. So everybody was just looking. James went to his cell. James just went to his cell, man. I was like, man, like to witness that, I felt good, man. I was like, that was the first stepping stone of bro becoming a better person in his life, man, because like, you know, I have nothing against like joining those cultures, man, of the red and the blue team. I don't have nothing against it, man. But I'm telling y'all, man, the politics of the red and blue team, when you come inside the prison, man, it's a whole different dynamic, man. It's a whole different dynamic, man. I'm letting you know now, you're gonna have to deal with dudes from all over that you probably wouldn't even want to deal with from your state. But now, because y'all in the same joint, you gotta deal with them, man. That's the politics of being in a red team. It's a crazy situation, man. But I'll never join y'all, so boom. James went to the cell. He told him, man, he wanted out. What else is there to say? I thought it was that easy. I want out. I want out. No, we started talking to a couple people in the pod. Dudes were like, yo, look, I'm telling you, man, like once you put them dog paws on your arm, you in forever and you can't get out. So I'm hearing all type of different rumors. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all in the beginning of the story, like we was new to the party. Virginia was new to the red and the blue team, man. Like it was new. So like the rules and the things that's supposed to be being done and the things that dudes supposed to do, like it wasn't being done because a lot of people really didn't know how to really be on the red team, man. Like they just knew numbers. Like they just knew we gotta be deep. We gotta have everybody that know how to throw the signs up, everybody know how to do the handshake, and we just go from there. And that's just what it was, man. But at the end of the day though, man, I didn't really, you know what I mean, enjoy watching people get in the middle of this stuff, man. But that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. So like now I'm just trying to figure out how James gonna do this. But since he's saying he out, I looked up and I seen my man at his door talking to him. So I walked over there. When I walked over, my other homeboy walked over there. So it's three of us at the door talking to James. So he get up out of the bed. He was like sitting on his bed. By the time I got there, he came to the door. So he's at the door. We all walked over there. You know what I mean? So I hear my man like, so what you gonna do, bro? He like, man, I'm done, bro. I ain't banging no more, bro. I ain't banging. He was like, yo, people saying that, yo, you can't even get out the stuff. You know what I mean? People saying you can't even get out the stuff, man. He was like, man, look, I'm done, man. I can't keep rocking with them dudes, bro. So my man was like, so you coming back home? You coming back to the crib? You coming back to the crib? Because you was on the West Coast. You was on the West Coast. Not deep, my man joking. You was on the West Coast. He was like, man, go ahead with that, man. Look, man, they don't move like Norfolk Red Team. They don't move like Norfolk Red Team, man. Like, I can't keep doing this, man. Like, dude, Fruit, me and him gonna end up getting into it. I don't like how he do orders. I don't like how he give orders. I don't like how he move, man. Like, I'm done with it, man. My cousin beat up right now because they told me my cousin told on somebody from where they from, man. You see this, man? You see that? I should have just went out with him, shouldn't I? He was like, bro, you would have went out with him. We would have went out with you. Like, that's just how it go. He was like, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. So as we standing at his door talking to him, somebody was like, yo, the police about to come in here, man. The police about to come in this joint. So he's like, we looking. We see the CO and the same sergeant dude about to come back up there. So they come up there. They start doing around. They looking. They're like, they get the cell too. Then they was like, you get on the walkie-talkie later open the door. Like, come here, man. What happened to you, man? You was fighting? We couldn't hear what the dude was saying. Bro, cousin, he was like, you was fighting? Oh, all right. Is that right? Come on then, man. He had his walkie-talkie in his hand. He was like, come on, man. Come on. All you seen was Jack down the nigga James' cousin, like, James' cousin just walk out the pod. Leave out the whole salad port. He leave out the salad port. He's gone. So everybody like, man, so James, like, yo, James, they just took your cousin, bro. We like, man, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. So they take him. They come back 5 minutes later. They like, listen up. They were like, look, I got an idea who's in here doing all this bullying and taking people commissary and doing all this stuff and putting hands on people. I'm letting you know now, this is your last and final warning. This is your last. I'm saying in my head, how many warnings they get to have? He was like, this is your last and final warning. If I hear about one more incident or if I see about one more incident, I am locking the pod down. I'm not going to figure out who these bullies are, and you're not going to come off lockdown until I figure it out. Because I'm not dealing with this, man. I'm not going to keep dealing with this paperwork y'all putting on my desk. And I'm just giving y'all the real count. And if you don't believe me, do something else. Do something else if you don't believe me. And those was his last words as he walked out the pod, y'all. So boom. So everybody like, now we gonna be on lockdown because these dudes psychos, man. Like, yo, like, for real, man. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, this used to be one of the main reasons why neutral would clash with the red team, man. Because, like, they kind of made things hot sometimes, man. Being so deep, like, they don't really have a lot of stuff, man. You run across some freaking 10 dudes that's hanging out. Freaking only 2 of them go to commissary. The rest of them try to steal and take. Like, it's gonna make stuff hot, man. It's gonna make stuff hot. And that's why a lot of dudes would clash with them, man. But, like, hearing that we might be on lockdown and all this going on, man, was nuts, man. So the lady told us we was on standby for outside rec. we go to outside rec. When I go to outside rec, I had forgot that James had told him to set the meeting up. So we was all outside. R2, right by Ford building. So we right there. But I guess the dudes who he said he wanted to have a meeting with was on the other side of the fence. So they all right there on the fence. And you can see James kind of like, pleading his case. You know what I mean? So as I'm walking laps, I hear the dude that's on the other side, who I guess was the main leader. He was like, "Nah, I'm saying though, homie, man, like your only option is getting out. That's you want to stop being homie, all because of that though. Like if you're buzzing a rat, he a rat, homie. Like, hey, like." So James is like, "Man, nah, man, like they ain't had no proof, and on top of that, bro, they don't move right, So dude, like, man, listen, what I'm saying is, Fruit is not really your big homie, so you don't have to really listen to everything Fruit's saying. But like when he gotta get his homies to serve, like he's giving them the whole breakdown of the red team right there on the fence, man. I promise y'all, man, it felt like I was in red team school. So boom, so everybody just right there at the fence, just listening, being nosy, hearing the red team go back and forth. James ain't saying nothing. Fruit kind of like right there, ain't saying nothing. So they hearing the dude talk. So dude was like, "Man, look, they gonna let us off the yard. Like we gonna wait for y'all when y'all get off the yard." You know what I mean? So they let the ball field off the yard, and the dudes from 2 building, I guess who these dudes were, they stayed back. They stayed back and just bumped. And they was all standing by the CO, which was only like 4 of them. You know what I mean? So our pod coming off the yard. So they come from where our pod was at. So they walked up on James, and they was talking to James, and James was basically still telling them, man, that he want out, man. You know what I mean? Like he can't do it no more. And he just basically tired of it, man. So the dude listening, hearing him out. You know what I mean? But like I told y'all, from what I heard, you can't even get out this stuff now. I don't know how true it is. You know what I mean? Back then, like you can get beat out in it or whatever the case. But still though, like we was saying that, man, like we can't even really, you know what I mean? Like kind of do it. So I heard dude James tell the main dude, like, "Man, listen, man, like I love the red team to death, but like I just can't do it no more, man. But I'll get back red team when I go home." Dude was like, "You can't do that, homie. You gotta stay red team." He was like, "Nah, bro, like wait, dude running the program over here, I can't be around that joint." So him and dude didn't even come to an agreement. So the people told him to leave. They had to shoot back to 2 building. We get back in our pod. By the time we get back in our pod, you see Fruit and James having a conversation. So Fruit and James having a conversation, they talking, and they trying to figure, you know what I mean? They trying to figure this out. You know what I mean? I was hoping James punch him in his face. That's what I was hoping, man. Like, man, punch him in his face. That's what you need to do, man. So like, it was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? James, they ain't do nothing to the dude. So they talking. So I don't know if they came to understanding or they was still trying to figure out what James was going to do. So I guess the conclusion that they came to was, man, that James had to go in the cell, man, and get his ass whooped, man, for like some seconds. I don't know how long, but some time he had to go in there. And the only reason I say that is because I looked up and I seen niggas getting scrapped up. My man seen it too. He like, "Yo, why all the red team getting scrapped up?" I'm like, "I don't know." So we looking for James. Where James at? Where James at? So we spot James. He over there by bro cell, by the dude Fruit cell. We like, "Yo, hey James, come here, James." He looked over there. He was like, "Hold on." So he's still talking to them. So he walked over there. We was like, "What's up, bro? You good, bro? Everybody getting scrapped up for?" He was like, "Man, I'm about to get it, yo, bro. I'm about to take my whooping, bro, and get out this stuff, man. I'm done, man." You know what I mean? He told us the time and whatever the name of the vow. He said that, I can't remember, but like he was like basically like, "Man, I'm about to just take this whooping and get about that joint." I was like, "How many dudes you about to fight?" He was like 4 or 5 dudes. I was like, 4 or 5 dudes? He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bro, how you gonna fight 4 or 5 dudes?" Like, "Nah, bro." He was like, "Nah, y'all stay back, man. Y'all stay back, man. Y'all stay back, man. Nah, y'all stay back, man." He's like, "Bro, listen, how you gonna fight 4 or 5 dudes, bro?" We like, "Man, I'm telling y'all, man, stay back. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with this, man. Just stay back, bro. Just stay back, man." I was like, "Bro, you about to fight 4 or 5 dudes, bro?" We like, "Man, look, what I tell y'all, man, just stay back, bro." I'm like, "All right, man, you know what I mean? You gonna stay back, y'all. I'm gonna watch it from afar." So boom, the violation went down in Fruit cell. I seen bro standing over there. They seen that the 2 people in the booth. You know what I mean? Once one person left out the booth, I looked over at Fruit cell again. James was disappeared. So I guess he's in the cell now, man. Next thing you know, I see James doing this little slide of the door. The door closed. The door closed. That's all you hear. Damn, that joint rumbling. So bro in there rumbling. I guess he getting beat up. I don't know. We can't see the joint. But all us standing over there like, "I ain't feeling this joint, man. That joint crazy, man. Like, we ain't feeling this joint, man." So we all, like, I ain't gonna lie. We made it hot. I'll take this, man. I'll be the first one to be like, we made this situation hot because we should have just stayed away, like bro said it, man. But like, hearing the noise of the fight and all of that going in there, and it's a dude from Norfolk that we rock with, like, it just didn't sit well with us. It didn't sit well with us, man. So like, I pushed. When I pushed, my homeboy pushed, my other homeboy pushed, and we all got to the door. We got to the door. Fruit was at the door, and it was 2 other red team members beside him. Everybody else was in that damn cell. Man, I promise you, man, when we got over by the junk, Fruit got like he didn't want to move. My man was like, watch out, man. Watch out. Let me see what's going on. Fruit was like, he kind of moved his shoulder a little bit. So all that's like, we looking to jump, man. I just see James on the ball up mission. And I just see dudes getting it to him. Boom, 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 boom. That's all I remember. Dude like this. Boom, boom, boom. Other dudes like, dude kicking him deep. Like he's balled up. He's not on the ground balled up. He's like kneeling down on the wall with a ball up mission, man. My word, they doing him. They doing him dirty in that jump. So I'm like, oh, God. That jump crazy, man. So, like I told you, all that's coming over there, I think that's what made it a little hot. Slightly a little hot, man. So, dude, Fruit was like, all right, that's it right there. That's all right there, that's it. They stopped. They all drilling and running. I see James was like, he finally came out like a turtle. He was like, yeah, homie, yeah. Y'all think I'm weak? I looked at one of the dudes had a black eye. I was like, oh my God. I was like, James gave me a black eye. That's where James came out. James was like, yeah, I'm out, man. Y'all ain't gotta worry about me no more. Y'all ain't gotta come holler at me no more. Y'all niggas wanna keep running with this nigga. Y'all can run with this nigga, man. I'm not fucking with it, man. I'm gone. So James walked out. He walked out the joint. He got his ass whooped, but he walked out of that goddamn cell, man. So boom. The man was a free guy. He wasn't part of the red team no more, man. He definitely wasn't, man. He took his beating, and that was that. So he go in his cell. He got himself together, and we went to his cell. Like, we gonna watch him, hold him down. So we hold him down. You know what I mean? He come out, wiping his face. He like, yeah, man, jump crazy. He like, yeah, they couldn't even really handle me. And James is not really a tall dude. He's a little shorter than me. But like, he was in that joint fighting, I guess. You know what I mean? Until I seen him on a ball up mission. He was like, bro, I was handling them, bro, but there was too many people. So I just balled up for the last bit of time. You know what I mean? He was like, by the time y'all came over there, I was already balled up. I was like, bro, you good, bro, you out. You ain't got to worry about that no more. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about that no more. So we all in the pod. The red team over there all grouped up. You know what I mean? They looking like they super angry that they got rid of one of their soldiers, man. But bro want out, man. He wanted out like Trey on Boys in the Hood, man. Let me out. Hey, yo, Doe. Let me out, man. You know what I mean? Bro ain't want to be in it no more, man. The red team, the way they was moving, man, praying on the weak, I ain't gonna lie, it was sort of a joke, y'all. So boom. The red team, the way they was moving, man, praying on the weak, man, it wasn't for everybody, man. So boom. Bro wasn't with that life no more, man. Bro was done. And he went back to being regular. The first 2 days, it felt like I felt like he couldn't really like understand what was going on, because like I know he missed kicking it with some of the dudes, you know what I mean? But like, he was done with it. So he was all the way done with it, man. So like, we just was trying to make it easier for him, going to his cell to hit the la-la, just different little things, man. So like, he was basically like, it's over it. He was basically over it, man. So I say like a week go by, we in the cell. I hear somebody say, police coming in. I get up, run to the door. I look, police coming in super deep, like 5 deep. They come in the joint. Dudes like, yo, police is in the pod. Police is in the pod. So they come in. They stand by the front table at first. They just all by the table. They all like this by the table. They like they huddling up, trying to whatever they gonna do. So everybody that's on the door looking. Everybody's like this. Everybody watching. What's going on? What's going on? What's gonna happen? I promise you, man, they just split up. They start, open up cell such and such. Open up cell such and such. Open up cell such and such. Open up this cell. Before you know it, it was 4 red team members out in the pod with handcuffs on, y'all. So boom. It was 4 of the main soldiers too. They all out there handcuffed, looking crazy, you know what I mean? I'm like, this junk wild, man. I was like, yo, this junk crazy, man. I was like, yo, this junk crazy. Why are they locking these dudes up? So nobody knew why they was locking these dudes up. They got them all sitting out there at the table. So they went to another red team member cell, got him out. So that made 5 people, man. I promise you on everything I love. They got everybody except Fruit and Lil James, man. They was the only ones on the red team that didn't go to the hole that night, man. So boom. That was crazy watching that whole thing right there, man. The red team sitting there looking stupid. I'm looking at Fruit looking at all his homies gone. All his homies gone. They put all those dudes under investigation. I don't know if it was because of white boy Mike. I don't know if it was because of goddamn the nigga Lil James' cousin. Somebody said something for them niggas to get put on investigation. Or maybe they did something to get put on investigation. Ain't no telling. These niggas' rap sheet was this goddamn long in penitentiary, y'all. So boom. So we never even knew who did whatever they did. All I know is these people were gone. These people was out of there. And Fruit was in that joint dolo. Man. I promise you, man. They popped the doors. Man, he had a sign of relief on his face. So did James. I know James did too. He had like a sign of relief. Like, oh, thank God I ain't go to the hole. He went straight, hop on the phone, use the phone. He comes standing out there. He looking crazy. He like this. He looking around. He looked stupid. It looked like he hit the whole time he was in the cell. He put a do-rag on his fro, and now his fro looking like it's slicked down on some Easy-E shit. That's what it looking like. He out the pod looking like. You just looking around. Ain't no more red team. Ain't no more red team. You gotta stand on your own. You can't send niggas on missions no more. You gotta rob people. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Like the whole time, this is what has to happen. You know what I mean? So goddamn, the nigga Dodo. So when we finally got a chance to talk to James, James was like, yo, that shit crazy, man. I'm glad them niggas ain't locked me up, bro. He was like, for real, I ain't never really do none of that bullshit them niggas was doing, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, I just was with him, you know what I mean? You know, I fought the nigga White Mike. I ain't want to do that shit. I'm like, bro, that was enough right there, bro. How the fuck you ain't go to the hole? He was like, man, I don't know how the fuck that nigga ain't go to the hole. I was like, bro, that's another question I do not know. So we were just trying to figure it out, but there wasn't nothing to figure out. We didn't know what was going on. So the nigga James, he kind of like, you know, like, since them niggas was gone, I don't know what he was thinking, man, but the nigga James, since those dudes was gone, like, he continued on doing what he was doing, which is not being on the red team, man. So like, the dude Fruit started just playing the cell. He started just playing the cell, man. Like, he wasn't even coming out like that. He would go outside to talk to the dudes that was in the hole that had the window. Like like when I told y'all we can talk to the dudes in the hole that's on that side where the window is at, like when we coming from Child in the rec yard, like he used to go out there and talk to them like that. Or he'll go talk to some of the homies from the other joint, but he wasn't coming out in the pod like that. They took away his superpowers, man. His superpowers was those young boys, man. Now he's feeling like he ain't really got nobody. He got to stand on his own. And this is what life is about. You got to stand on your goddamn own, especially in penitentiary, man. So like, I said like a week went by of when they locked them niggas up. And like I say, the word that came back that them niggas was under investigation. They didn't even have a case. When you're under investigation, you're under investigation until they figure out what the fuck their investigation is about or what you being investigated for. Sooner or later, you'll get a charge. But at the moment, they can say investigation for a long period of time. So they all back there in the bank. So goddamn, when they locked all those dudes up, that made it a whole lot of room for other people to come into our pod. Man, y'all are not gonna believe this shit, man. I promise y'all, man. They brought 4 people in. It was 5 cells open, I think, but they brought 4 people in. Man, 2 of the 4 people they brought in, man, y'all not gonna believe this shit, man. One of them was White Mike, and one of them was goddamn little James buzzing, y'all. So boom! Promise y'all, everything. I couldn't believe it. I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm not saying oh shit. I'm just like, oh shit, they back. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't believe it. Like, yo, these niggas back. White boy Mike been in the hole like 2 months. Like Mike been in the hole like a month and a half. James' cousin come out the hole, he done healed up a little bit, so they come in their cells. You know what I mean? They come in their cells, so everybody mingle in the pod open. You know what I mean? Everybody out except Fruit, nigga. Fruit ain't come out. So goddamn, I see James talking to his cousin. I see white boy Mike talking to the white dudes. So I see white boy Mike first. I was like, goddamn, welcome back, man. He was like, man, shit. Yeah, I see they locked up all those fucking red team members. Yeah, they all back there fucking boo-hooing their fucking eyes out because they fucking in the hole in their investigation. That's what the fuck they get, motherfuckers. Goddamn, the nigga James talking to his cousin. So goddamn, Mike was like, yeah, I'm good though. I'm happy to be back. They had me and that motherfucker, man. I just fucking had to get some air, bro. Like, once I told them I wanted to go to the fucking hole, like, they act like they didn't want to fucking let me out. So I'm like, damn, so he talking like that. I was like, this shit crazy. So I looked up. After that, a little bit of time I went on, I looked up and I seen the nigga Mike, white boy Mike, talking to James. You know what I mean? So as he talking to James' cousin was right there. So they having a conversation. I don't know what the fuck the conversation was about. But as soon as they was done having a conversation, the nigga James pulled up on him and was like, yo, Weezy, look, man, can I leave you this bag? I'm like, what bag? He was like, look, it's a bag full of cigarettes. He was like, look, if I go to the hole, bro, this hit me off. You know what I mean? A couple packs a week, bro. Just make sure I'm straight. I'm like, you about to go to the hole? He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, look, bro. He said, my cousin just showed me the paperwork, bro. My cousin ain't telling nobody, bro. My cousin ain't do nothing, bro. My cousin took a plea bargain, bro. And that's how he got his time. He ain't telling nobody, bro. So he was like, we about to go fuck that nigga Fruit up, man. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, we about to go fuck Fruit up, man. I was like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. He was like, nah, that nigga look bad. All his homies gone. He ain't got nobody, bro. He's like, fuck that. It's the perfect opportunity. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like, at first I felt bad. But the whole time, like, yo, this nigga deserve his ass whoop on the low, man. So boom. And that's how shit be happening, man. Karma a bitch. Karma a motherfucking bitch, man. So them niggas waited till about after dinner. It was crazy shocking to hear that white boy Mike was going on this play. You know what I mean? Man, I promise you, man, I looked up. I seen 3 niggas. And James was the shortest one. Mike and the other nigga was kind of tall. Man, them niggas went to cell motherfucking 19. And I looked up, and all you seen was goddamn the nigga little James like this by the nigga door. Shh, James pulled that goddamn door, but man, white boy Mike went in that bitch like a rocket, and the other dude, the goddamn they beat up the first time, James' cousin, man, they went in that bitch, and they just start rolling that nigga ass, man. I looked, James joined the party. By the time I walked over there by the sink and got like a better view of the shit, I look, I just seen the nigga Lil James on that nigga ass, like boom, James on that nigga ass, boom. Boom, he was rocking that nigga ass, he was balled up. And the nigga White Boy Mike was kneeing him, and the other nigga was just punching that nigga, and James was just rocking him right in his face. Bow, bow. They were beating his ass in that bitch, y'all hear me, man. They was fucking Fruit up in that motherfucker, man. They was whipping Fruit ass, man. Fruit was on ball up mission, still getting whooped. Still getting his ass whooped, man. I promise you, man. They was whooping him till he was unconscious. Like, that's how bad they whooped his ass. Man, they was beating the living shit out this man. They was beating the living shit out this man. There was not one red team member in there to save his ass, man. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch, man? That man was getting dogged in that motherfucker, man. They dogged his motherfucking ass. They beat the living shit out that nigga, man. They beat that nigga so goddamn bad, man. Cell 19 is not even a straight shot from the booth. But they beating that nigga ass so bad, they said somehow when he got away from moving or some shit, fast forward slightly, man, I end up seeing the nigga Lil James in the hole. You know what I mean? Like, he stayed in the hole for a long ass time behind this shit. You know what I mean? But when I got the 3D, you know what I mean, he was still in the hole. So like, when I finally hollered at him, he had told me the story. He was like, man, why they was whooping Fruit ass, man. He said somehow Fruit kind of maneuvered his way to the button and hit the button. So while they in there whooping him, we all by the sink watching this shit. And they whooping his ass. Man, I promise you, man, all you hear is, police come through the back door. I looked up, they was coming through the front door. When they came through the back door, 19 right there, they come through the joint. They come in the joint. They like, watch out. They come through the pod. Go straight to 19. I looked up. All you seen was goddamn nigga Lil James and his cousin, White Boy Mike, try to sneak out. Man, James and his cousin was still whooping that nigga ass. They was still whooping that nigga ass. White Boy Mike got caught though, even though he tried to sneak out. So they came in there and grabbed them niggas, man. They came in there and grabbed them niggas, man. That's my word. They fucked Fruit up though, man. Fruit had to get his shit together. It took Fruit probably like 15 minutes for them to sit him up and get himself together. They ain't put him on no stretcher, but they sit him up and put his shit together. This word, they got them niggas handcuffed right there. Fruit was like, y'all niggas out of here, nigga. Y'all better don't ever come out the hole. And they still talking shit. He was like, y'all niggas better never come out the hole. Y'all niggas better never come out the hole, nigga. Any compound you go to, nigga, I'ma send a missile at y'all motherfuckers. Nigga, believe that shit. So goddamn, they get the nigga right, they get nigga Fruit up. They took him out before they took them niggas to the hole. So when they took that nigga out, it was still like 3 COs. We locked down behind the door. Niggas like, God damn, James, you put that work in, you bitch. He was like, fuck that nigga, man. That nigga a bitch, man. That nigga a bitch, man. He was like, and I'm back red team, Weezy. Fuck that shit. I was looking at that nigga like, this nigga a freaking psychopath, man. That's word, man. I was like, this shit crazy, man. He was like, fuck that. It's cause I'm sitting there. Them niggas took that shit. You know what I mean? Goddamn, they took them niggas to the Bing. They took them niggas to the Bing, man. That's my word. Goddamn. I don't know when it happened. The nigga Lil James goddamn came out the hole. Lil James ended up coming out the hole. The nigga Fruit came out the hole. But nothing happened. Nothing happened. But White Boy Mike didn't get out the hole. White Boy Mike didn't get out the hole, and his cousin didn't get out the hole. So his cousin and White Mike was probably feeling like they have no wins against the red team of the compound. So they went on and took their talents to South Beach some goddamn where they never came back out. But James came back out and nothing happened. And James got back on the red team. Ain't that some shit, man? I guess they felt like because dude, you know what I mean, sent that hit to his peoples and the shit wasn't true. You know what I mean? Like, that was enough for bro to get out the shit. You know what I mean? So they let him back in behind that shit, man. And I used to see bro in the compound, man. Bro rose to like one of the leaders, like somebody from the town that was calling the shots and shit. Like, that's who James was, man. But like, I ain't even gonna lie. I was feeling every reason for him to want out that shit, man. Because them niggas weren't moving right, man. You know what I mean? But it's wild that he got back in the damn game, man. That shit was wild, man. So that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all already know the count, man. Stay your ass out the way, man. Your life and your family depends on it, period, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday Banger. That's what I need to do this one. Like, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people, and stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.